Hey, what's up, guys? It's PK back with the high notes. And boy, oh boy, will the notes be high today because we will be discussing one of my favorite fragrances in my entire collection. But before we get into that, I just wanted to ask y'all just how is everyone? How has everything been going? How has y'all week been? Just a little astrological observation. I think it was Monday. We had a square between the moon, which is the planet of vulnerability and our emotional body, and Pluto, which is the planet of our like deep wounds, our subconscious, our just our not so good um things that we kind of throw to the back of our heads. That is the body that rules them. In a square, it's just called a tension aspect, meaning that when two planets square each other, the energy is more turbulent than it usually would be. So if you have had any emotional confrontations, be it with yourself or another person, or you have had just some overall, maybe even a breakthrough when it comes to some things that you've been dealing with internally. That is a large part of the reason why. But yeah, I just wanted to check up on y'all as far as the astrological weather goes. Let me know if that resonates, as it definitely resonates with me. But on to the fragrance. I will be talking about one of my favorite fragrances in my collection, and that will be the Wedding Silk Santal 36 by KayAli. And just letting y'all know again, I don't know if I said it before, KayAli is one of my favorite brands in general when it comes to perfumery. So whenever I have a chance to just yap about them, I will. I have a lot of their fragrances. You will see them coming up. But this one right here, this was love at first whiff. So quick little tale about how I even came to know about this. I was low-key influenced by one of my fragrance girlies that I follow on Insta, and she was talking about this fragrance being released alongside another one, as the founder of KayAli was getting married at the time, and that she was creating two fragrances for her and her husband to commemorate the wedding. Okay, so y'all know me, a Taurus, ruled by Venus. I'm like, oh, romance, and they get married, like that. That sounds so dope to me. And to commemorate that using fragrance was even doper. So I'm like, I gotta see what that's talking about. So then I found out that this was at one point a limited edition drop. So y'all, I had completely miscalculated how many other people were also waiting for this fragrance. And long story even shorter, I think she dropped this about 3 other times, and I missed all 3 drops and finally got it on the 4th one. So thankfully the stars finally aligned. Even by this time, I did not want to do, but the fragrance had been around long enough, to the point where there were other fragrance houses duping it. But I liked the art and the story that came along with this fragrance. I was dead set on getting it, and here we are now. So without further ado, let's get into this work of art, this masterpiece that is the Wedding Silk Santal 36. And also, I don't know if I had mentioned this before either, when it comes to the KayAli fragrances, the number that is at the bottom of this, 36, represents the number of iterations that it took to get to the final piece. So it took 36 tries to get this. 36 was the magic number because this stuff is amazing. But anyway, the top notes of this fragrance are as follows. It is sparkling champagne, white freesia, and black currant. I go crazy for that sparkling champagne. Heart notes of pink praline, jasmine, rose damascena, orange blossom, and white nectarine. And base notes of sugared musk, sandalwood, oak moss, vanilla absolute, and amber. So let's get to one of my favorite and the more iconic note that's in here, and that's this sparkling champagne in here. Y'all, I love, first of all, I love alcohol and fragrances. I love a gin, I love a rum, a brandy, the champagne, the rosés. I think it adds a very mature touch when it comes to fragrances that's unique. Here it is bubbly, it is fizzy, it is effervescent, it's twinkly. Um, and if you know me in real life, y'all know I love me some champagne down. So to my nose, when I get this champagne, I think of something celebratory. You know, you popping bottles of champagne, something's going down. Like it's definitely an occasion. It's a jubilant occasion. It's happy. It's bright. This is definitely expensive, and the note of the black currant in here also helps it with its tantalizing juiciness that black currant usually brings. A little green to it, not too much, but like a little green to it. That makes it smell natural-ish. Love it. So we have this quality happy juice from the black currant in the champagne, and then in comes the freesia that is delicate, aids the fragrance in being airy and ethereal and delicate. One of my favorite white florals of, I think it's one of my favorite white florals, period, besides tuberose, to be honest. And it just gives the fragrance a very effortless type of feel. This is one of the ones that gives the energy of, hey, this is get tipsy, maybe even get drunk, have a good time, still look good, don't mess up your makeup. But that's the energy that I kind of get from that. And then moving right along to the heart notes, we have the smooth transition from the jasmine right into that nectarine. So the nectarine is peach like, but it's more crisp than peach. Maybe a little like a crisp, refreshing water, peachy like water. That's what's happening here, and it adds more character to the champagne from the top notes that I love so bad. Um, and then we have our pink praline. And this is the thing that I love about synthetic notes is you can put your own spin on a note that is naturally occurring and create something obviously not naturally occurring. So when you think pink, you can do that bubbly type of innocence. So it does feel like a very innocent nuttiness, that praline that is usually creamy and edible. It doesn't get over into that edible territory, but it's there just enough to let you know that it's kind of down to clown as far as the come hither of it all. It also adds character to the rose damascena and the orange blossom that add that intoxicating characteristic, but still sophisticated, or rather, intoxicating and sophisticated. Like they're playing together. These notes in the middle make the wearing experience so like it just pulls everything together. I don't wear this unless I know that I'm fire. I know I'm looking good. Like this is stuff I don't be wasting. So the rose here is rose damasceno, like I had said before, and that's not a type of rose I usually enjoy. Rose damasceno can kind of smell like it's been outside and rained on. Like it usually smells wet. This is a rose that is on the drier side, like it has been kind of civilized and raised in the house. It's more so adapting to the characteristics of someone that's cooked in the kitchen. Like some spices, or it's slightly sweet, and it has those characteristics along with the orange blossom that is more citrus based. So we have that polarity going on between the dryness and the citrus, and that little dance is what adds some uniqueness there as well. Oh, as far as this base goes, the first note that I get here is the sugared musk. It's like clean skin and someone comes in and is massaging you and they sprinkle sugar cane right out of the shower on you. This musk, this is so sexy. It is genuinely, when I smell this, I'm like, this is attractive to smell on someone, and it blends seamlessly with your natural scent. So I just have to mention the polished sandalwood and the earthy oak moss that is alongside the other base notes that also aid in the fragrance's longevity. while at the same time bringing the wondrous soiree that is this scent to a close. Now, this vanilla absolute in here, 10s across the board, big 10s across the board. And I say that because the creators could have easily put a cheap confectionery cupcake vanilla in here and made this just ridiculously childish, and they decided to veer away from that. The vanilla absolute is more like a gourmet buttercream with cinnamon spice and a woody-esque nature, so it has a nature to it that doesn't even always smell edible. Wonderful. It has a well-deserved sensuality to this fragrance. Like, there's so much balance going on here, as far as like we have the fruits and we have the bubbliness of the champagne, and now we are getting into more of an edible-esque territory with the vanilla absolute. Oh my gosh, this is why I gush about this fragrance, and this fragrance deserves a scene. So walk with me. Imagine this. You're at a well-planned and well-funded wedding reception. You're at a bougie summer party. You and the other people attending the party are well dressed. The food is fire. The music is good. So good vibes all around, right? And then the host of the party shows up, and their smile is dazzling. They are charming. They are moving from table to table gracefully, smoothly like water, being embraced and enthusiastically welcomed. They are liked and loved by everyone. This person is so wise and intelligent. They can have any conversation from politics to pop culture. They can dance. They're talented. Everybody's loving them. Their energy is infectious. Their smile is contagious. And then as they're getting closer to you, you are slowly realizing how sensually magnetic this person is. This person is not only intentional and graceful, but has heart and dynamic vitality. They're noble in nature. They don't seek attention, but just existing in the world brings along aligned opportunities for them. This person is a high vibrational good time, and they have substance for even more. So if this sounds like the type of energy you like, the type of energy you like to be around, like myself, I adore an energy like this. This fragrance is for you. Now, as for characters that come to mind that I can see rocking this fragrance, I can see Muriel Togata from My Hero, as well as Hawks Takumi. They're just people that everybody loves. They had positive influences on whomever life they touched. It was just it was harder to dislike them than to like them. As far as women go, Yoruichi Shihoin from Bleach and Erisa Scarlet from Fairy Tail. Both very graceful, charismatic, um, quietly powerful, and gorgeous. That is the essence of this fragrance, at least that I feel. And that is all I have for y'all for today. I thank you so much for listening to my rambling about one of my favorite fragrances, that is KayAli's The Wedding Silk Santal 36. If you like this video, like the video. Comment down below what character you can see rocking this. Subscribe for more. And to end on a high note, because that is what we do, if you had experienced any type of turbulence as far as the Moon Square Pluto transit goes, just know that to keep your head up and that joy comes in the morning. So that's all for me. Thanks, guys. See you next week.